zone. That was horrendous. But you knew going into there, they were going to try and force it to an inside game with their height advantage. And those guys were pretty athletic. They had down low. Where did you feel like, or what was it? Maybe not when, but what was it that got away from your kids?
I think it's just a mentality right now. Those are two young teams going at it today, and one of them played young and one of them played like a mature team. They played very mature on both ends of the floor. They didn't gamble. They stayed within their systems on both ends. We acted like we didn't have a 30-second shot clock. We acted like we had about a 3-second shot clock, and that's immaturity. And that's on me. I got to do a better job. What's frustrating right now is I don't have confidence in a lot of the guys on the bench. We're very young, and I don't have confidence in a lot of those guys yet. And so, and when you take Jonte out of the mix, a guy who plays 20 minutes a game, we were shorthanded, but that's no excuse. But you can't play 35, 37, 33, 30 minutes a game at this level, I don't think, and play well. Devin Beitzel played 27 and a half minutes a game. And there's a point of diminishing returns. But right now, we're stuck playing guys a lot of minutes because on the bench, we're not getting what we need to every day in practice. So I don't have confidence in throwing those guys in right now. And that's part of the young team deal. We've been through this progress before when Tate and Tim and Tevin and all those guys were sophomores in our second year. We've been through this. We went through the same growing pains. We'll go through the same deal. I love how talented our young guys are, but they just don't know what they don't know. And they're going to have to learn lessons. And what we're hoping is that they learn these lessons quicker. We hope that they are mature human beings and can learn from one game to the next and not take multiple games to get this figured out. Because if we continue to play as impatient, as immature as we did, the losses will continue.
With this bunch, are you looking for the right combination, or is it going to be one of those deals where you may never settle into the right combo of guys because of so many young guys that are going to have to play certain roles?
Yeah, it's going to be, we're trying to change something here. We're trying to establish something based on accountability, ownership, responsibility, whether it's in the classroom, on the court. You owe it to yourself and your teammates to bring everything you have in every aspect of your life. And if you can't do that, then you won't see as much time. You won't have the same role from one game to the next. We're trying to preach accountability. And that's why you've seen changes in our lineup to this point. And, again, those are decisions that young people have to make. And if they start making those right ones, then we'll start having consistency. We'll start having accountability. We'll start having trust amongst the group that is not there right now.
On a scale of 1 to 10, we're into probably a month into the season with you started full board practice stuff. Where would you say this bunch is right now?
In terms of their potential?
No, in terms of where they're at. Or maybe,
where we're at in terms of what?
In terms of where you're at, in terms of maybe where you thought are they behind where you thought they should be even this early or not?
I think they're a little behind. I think they're a little behind of where I wanted them to be, but in terms of when you look at 8 new faces and you're replacing 2,000-point scorers, they're probably not that far off. Now, coaches' expectations are always greater than maybe humanly possible. But I do think we should be farther along defensively than where we are. But again, you can't get a good feel for where we're at truly defensively when you've got guys out there that are just gassed, And so we need guys to step up. We need guys to feel pressure to bring it every day for their teammates. I don't want them playing for me. I want them playing for their teammates. They should, every time they walk out on the floor, whether it's a practice, whether it's in the weight room, whether it's in a walkthrough, they should feel a sense of urgency to perform for each other and bring 100% mentally and physically for each other. And that starts not with me. I mean, I can instruct it behind closed doors to certain guys, but that's got to come from those 2 guys that were just up here. And they have to demand that. because those young guys they're going to hear from me, but they respond to those guys quicker. They're going to respond to those guys quicker. And I love what those two guys are starting to do. They're in their first year of being in that role. Again, when you lose 2,000-point scorers and 4 seniors, they're in their first year of figuring that out. And to their credit, they've started those actions. They've started those leadership actions a lot sooner than anybody else in my time as a head coach here. And that's why I'm very appreciative of Cam and Jordan and what they're trying to establish right now with this program. It's going to take time. When we get Jonte back, when we can add a guy like Dallas Anglin in the mix, now you're talking about 40 minutes at least. That's a big difference. In a 200-minute game, I got 40 more minutes. But we can't use those excuses. But that's why there's lights at the end of the tunnel, you know. But these other guys got to be hungry to perform for their teammates more than what they're doing.
Is it second semester for both those guys?
Probably. Well, Dallas should be able to go do we play on the 9th? Is that a
York,
yeah, Dallas should be able to go on the 9th. Jonte, it's still unsure.
Is he an injury or is he?
He's an injury.
What is it? Is it knee?
Partial. Right now, it's called a partial tear of his patella tendon. So we still don't know. They're still looking at the MRIs.
And Dallas is grades, paperwork stuff?
It's transfer. He transferred at semester last year, so he's eligible as soon as he gets the amount of hours recorded that he needs to get recorded.
What different challenges tomorrow? I mean, the challenges is there automatic because of the situation being what it is.
Right.
But Cal Poly, from what I can tell, maybe is little even more experienced and athletic than this bunch you played tonight.
Yeah, but we don't play Cal Poly. So we play Austin P.
Oh, I thought you played Cal Poly no matter what.
And Austin P is going to provide some of the similar problems for us that UMBC did. They got a really good player inside. Mm-hmm. They've got guys on the outside. They're very, very well coached, just like UMBC was. So it's going to be in that case, it's going to be a similar deal, and it'll be a good test to see if we can rebound and see if we can grow up in a hurry.